Today, I'm going to be maintaining this Buderus boiler. Before I started this video, I let it run for a bit with the gas off to help cool it down, because the boiler is very hot and we got to take all this apart. Got some stuff going on here, just a little bit of stuff, so let's turn it off. To start the maintenance, we got to take the intake off. Line everything on the side. Then we need to pull the gas off to get this off. Usually no tools are needed for this. Don't have to kill it to put it on. No dope. It's using a gasket. Just lay it on the side there. Now I'm going to take the power away from the motors. This is the speed control. This is a very nice boiler. Then you got to pull the safeties off just in case. But you can see they get very hot and they overheat in here. These are the kind that you actually have to eat. Something broke out of the clip because of its age. I wish I had a release. I'm afraid that these will break if I go too hard on them. Wondering if I gave it a little WD on the plastic just to help it kind of not be so soft. There we go. It's apart. It'll clean it also. This could stay. This part I don't take off. I could have left that too. Alright, so now this stuff here can stay. We have all these tabs. That's the bottom plate. I probably shouldn't have pulled this off yet. It's been a while. So I'll put one tab back on. Up here. I don't see these as often as I used to. Now we take the top off. Okay. Now that that's off, we're gonna have to clean this out. I'm gonna lay it here. There's your use compressed there. Be careful, the gasket is never easy to put back in. We'll get to it. But the whole plate pulls out. Oh, there we go. And we gotta blow this out with air. I think I'm gonna have to order gaskets for next year. I didn't bring gaskets this year, but for next year, I definitely am gonna need new gaskets for that. Now the bottom. Now the trap, be gentle. It dries out and gets brittle. So always be gentle with that trap. You're supposed to put mineral oil on it when you clean it. Put that there. All right, so here's our heat exchanger. Boom, there was my flashlight. That's the bottom of the exhaust. Trap. I'm gonna pull the sediment trap. Here's our flame sensor and our igniter. So there's the heat exchanger. Gas drops down into it. mineral trap. Kind of very gently pull it up. But so many of these snap, and they always break right here. This part becomes super brittle. You can see the gunk inside of it, so it definitely needs to be flushed. I got a bucket. Don't pour this into anybody's driveway. It's got a lot of white gunk in it, and white, see that? And it does rinse off, but you'll stain the driveway until with this white powdery stuff coming out. I apologize, you guys are probably shaking as I'm shaking this around. Up and down. Now I don't have any mineral oil, so I'm going to put some pump oil in. It helps keep this from getting so brittle, because it is a form of mineral. Alright, put that on the side. This goes to the street. I dump it in the street only because, like I said, I don't want it on their driveway. It'll leave a white spot until it rains and gets cleaned up. So I'm going to dump that and then we'll start cleaning this. So I got this all cleaned out. I rinsed out most of the gunk. So we're just going to lay it on the side for now. Now I'm going to hit this with a vacuum. See what I could actually clean off that's actually loose with a vacuum and a plastic brush. I will regret this. Hopefully I don't regret that gasket coming off, but I have to take it off or else the boiler leaks. It's a 90% condensing boiler. I just hit it up with the plastic brush. This is just the crud that falls off the heat exchanger. Most of it's coming off the brush. This is not a fast maintenance at all. But this is how heating maintenances are. They take time. No such thing as a 15-minute maintenance ever. Usually they're about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours for this. Okay, it's a lot better than it was. Still not perfect. So this cruddy stuff is hard to get off. It is. I'm just going to seal it with an ice scraper. It's plastic. And it's in my truck. And hit the vacuum again. Now I'm going to spray with a little Simple Green. Put this over a bucket for this part. So in case anything spills, it goes into the bucket. All right. I'm just gonna let it go through and drain. It's all gonna channel that way. Now let's hit it with the brush one more time. And all that guy's like, no, simple green. But this stuff ends up in that plastic trap. So I'm on maintenance, at least make it clean. Some more. That's it for the cleaning of this. Oh no. It's the end of cleaning of the simple green. Keep this like that for a minute. Let it all drip through. Stuff's like a rock. I know I contradicted myself and said that was it. And here I am again. Alright, so that's dripping dry. This is just water. And I do have this scraper for the Well McLean Ultras. A little more. Now just water. Whew. So this needs a little time. While this is drying off, let's clean this. Gaskets have to be cleaned also. This comes apart. And this needs to be really cleaned out. So I'm going to blast it with nitrogen just to make sure it's clear. And we're going to clean around the perimeter. I could brush it first just to start there, because we need that clear for that gasket. Using this, but air's better. I might use the wire wheel here. Let's see, that kind of all wiped off. All depends on how it cleans. Let's go with some nitro. Alright, so let's blow it out. Comes in this way. Goes right through. It's clear. Here's the other plate. As long as it's clear, the gasket should be able to seat on it pretty good. I'm ordering new gaskets for next year, so when I do this, I could just replace the gasket because they're starting to wear. They wear out over time because they're going on and off. I always recommend leaving them on site. I don't know why there's none on this site. But unless the customer didn't want to order them, I forget. But it's better to have on site so when the maintenance is done, if you need it. Because the problem becomes now, if it's needed, I put it together and the boiler's kind of leaking. Who wants a leaky boiler? All clean. Okay, now the gasket. Get the crust out so it seats correctly. This thing looks pretty good. I got most of this cleared out at this point. So I'm just gonna brush this. Always be careful.
You only find one bag of the green, like the plain green tea left, because otherwise I...
but I'm helping the fire pass through better. Look at that. Just think of how the gas is passing through with it like that. Don't use brass. I do ruin my whisk brushes this way a little bit, but so if I work it in, it's a very cheap brush anyway, so I just look at all. Okay. That's good. Just that row. I haven't done this row. Alright, one thing I forgot was this pulls out. Put that down. Gives you more access into here for the bottom of that heat exchanger that I'm cleaning over here. So bottom. So here's the bottom now. Good brushing, good cleaning. This one. That's always fun to get into. Has to be an easier way, but if anybody knows it, won't let me know. Probably some kind of clean you can pour through, but it has to be clean no matter what. Can't leave it dirty, so. Think of all the heat that gets blocked by the crust. That's why I use a plastic whisk brush. Not to damage anything. this up a little bit and I'll be back. Alright, so I brushed it up pretty good. Blast it with a little nitro. See if I push the regulator in. But my nitro is almost empty. But oof. Well, it definitely pushed a lot of junk out because between a lot of stuff settled. We need passageways for the flame to come up. Let's do the same on the bottom. Everything in the room is coated in that stuff now. Gotta fix this. I feel my ball valve is turning. Yeah, maybe it's fine. Maybe it's about to break, who knows. Slow down, stuff will fall down better. So I'm driving the regulator more, but I'm almost empty, so. Okay, I'm done with that. Oh, that thing is cleaned up. Nice clean heat exchanger. And I got passageways through now, which all the crust that's cleaning up here is falling in and closing the metal plate inside. I can't get it perfect, but it's a lot better. It's settled anywhere. Still getting crumbs, so. Okay. Doing a lot better than we were. Still getting chunks, but see, regulator 100% in. Comes from the back, comes from the front. Okay. And that's all it looked for my air. Even there. My exhaust, so. Oh. Now the exhaust. Let's see. Get a little screwdriver. Bring it quickly. So with this, I'm just gonna hit it with a little water. That rag will absorb all that gray, funky drainage, well, exhaust stuff. Same rag. This way this doesn't go straight into the drain. Once you got this on, which it will fight, you gotta tuck it in. It's gonna fight you the whole time. Put this plate back in, slides right in there. This under, around, without letting your gasket come off. Gasket's still intact. Then up. Oh no, the bottom wasn't in. Recheck gasket. Good. Oh, it's still there. Okay, that's in. Now for here. All these clips in. Up and locked. Up and locked. Come on, you're gonna go on whether you want to or not. Oh, the hook is broken. Yeah, that one, the hook is broken. That's why it won't catch. Move the ladder. There we go. It'll be okay. All the others are there. I'll order another hook. These look like they just snap on. Okay, that's in place. Put a rag, let's clean. Space out because once I put the drain in, I won't be able to get it. So, bite down. Okay. drain bottle. Pump oil. It's a form of mineral, so. Alright, so Buderus wants mineral oil. I don't have any. So I'm gonna put a little pump oil in here. Don't need a lot. And it won't really drain. Because the best part of oil is it floats. We all float down here. Now what I'm gonna do is prime it with water. This is just water in here, so keep it this way. And what that's gonna do is trap the mineral oil. Mostly to here. I want to get a little more water. So all the minerals in here. But it doesn't matter, this will just go through the drain. What's here will stay. So get this back in very carefully. This is always never easy, so you go down. Open. Maybe I can get around it easier. You can see how the neck could break easy as you're fighting. Why? Maybe I'll do that first. Always a struggle here. I don't see how. I can't get it in the drain then if I go this route. That's why they make it like that there, but grab that oil. There we go. It actually cracks. Okay. Okay, we'll drip into the drain. Pull it down just a little. Okay. That's back. Let's get the upper section back. Let's go. Stuck. Green Scotch pad alone won't clean this. We'll make it better though. Get a piece of sandcloth. Bing bang. An unused piece, it doesn't have anything on it. I know it's a big no-no, but on boilers, we have no choice. Clean, good. Okay, so now for here. goes on the bottom, tucks onto the slit. And it'll fight you. Okay, we're in place. After that humble struggle, right here is fighting me. Right there, it's on. Clamp fell off somewhere, I'll find it. Okay, that's back together. Alright, so that's all back together. This controls. This stuff works like a dielectric. Get a little bit over the pins. And this goes. This is the gas valve, which also is important not to get moisture on. I've had these things because it's all communicating. Lose its signal. Now my power. This is just voltage, so it's not a DC signal. Not as critical. This and that goes to plugs from something that should be somewhere here. Let's see, 1, 2 plugs on that. Gas valve. Anything from up top. Something that got buried behind the canister. Oh. Or just spare. Spare another one that's doing nothing here. I'll find out very quickly. Gas valve back in. For gas. Not plugged in. Good. All my safeties plugged in. Plugged in. Just wanted to make sure nothing got buried. Boom. What was that? Clip. Dry rotting and shooting everywhere. Zone satisfied with no heat. Nice. Not sure how it's possible, but it happened right now. Okay, the boiler's at the point I could bring it back on. There's a sight glass you could see in. Let's start it. If it goes off on a fault, I know I got a safety unplugged. If not, that's just a spare. I don't think I had a third wire plugged into the gas. 1, 2. I have to go to the schematic. Another zone came on. So I need 1 clip and gaskets. Let's start it. Bring it on. Tube. Not like it matters right now, just so it pulls fresh air. We're burning. Fan's ramping. As the drain fills, oil goes up. Some goes through the drain. Boiler pressure. Clean up. I always clean my pipes. Pumps, dust, cobwebs. It's a full service. Wondering if the salt kept here is causing, because I never see that. That's been since 2015 since I changed that. I also repiped. Oh, thank you for joining me on a maintenance on a Buderus. I'm just going to clean stuff up and make sure everything here works.